Good morning. Thank you, universe, for a new day.
And exhale.
Deep inhale and exhale.
One more time. Take a deep inhale and exhale. हे प्रभु, हे ईश्वर, हे परमपिता, आज की सुबह के लिए धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। मैं बेहद कृतज्ञ हूँ ईश्वर। मैं आज की सुबह जीवित हूँ। मैंने आज आंखें खोली हैं। मैंने इस जीवन को देखा है। सचमुच मेरे जीवन में एक और जादू भरी सुबह देने के लिए धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। हे प्रभु, हे ईश्वर, हे परमपिता, मैं बेहद कृतज्ञ हूँ। मुझे यह जादू भरी सुबह, एक और दिन, एक नया दिन सौगात के रूप में आपने दिया है। मैं सचमुच कृतज्ञ हूँ मेरे माता और पिता की, जिन्होंने मुझे जन्म दिया, पाल पोस कर बड़ा किया। मेरे माता और पिता को प्रणाम। दिल की गहराइयों से मेरे माता और पिता को धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। मैं बेहद कृतज्ञ हूँ समूचे ब्रह्मांड की, धरती माँ की, आकाश पिता की, जल देव, अग्नि देव और वायु देव की, क्योंकि उन्होंने मेरे शरीर का निर्माण किया है। मुझे सचमुच एक स्वस्थ, सभी अंगों से परिपूर्ण शरीर दिया है। हे संपूर्ण ब्रह्मांड, मेरे शरीर के उपहार के लिए, मेरे प्रत्येक अंग के उपहार के लिए धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। हे संपूर्ण ब्रह्मांड, मैं दिल से कृतज्ञ हूँ। आपने मुझे शरीर के साथ स्वास्थ्य का भी उपहार दिया है। यह स्वास्थ्य का उपहार जो हर पल मुझे जीवित रखता है। मेरे स्वास्थ्य के उपहार के लिए धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। हे संपूर्ण ब्रह्मांड, मैं सच में कृतज्ञ हूँ। आपने मेरे जीवन जीने की सारी व्यवस्थाएं इस ब्रह्मांड में मेरे आने से पहले ही कर दी। पर्याप्त मात्रा में भोजन, पानी और जाने किन किन सुविधाओं को आपने सौगात के रूप में मेरे लिए पहले से बना दिया। मेरी हर आवश्यकता को पूर्ति करने के लिए धरती माँ को, आकाश पिता को, जल देव, अग्नि देव, वायु देव को दिल की गहराइयों से धन्यवाद, 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 सचमुच धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। हे प्रभु, हे परम पिता, हे मेरे मालिक, यह शरीर और आत्मा आपकी दी हुई है। आप इसके मालिक हैं। फिर भी इस शरीर से और इस आत्मा से जाने कितने ही कार्य मैंने किए हैं। हे प्रभु, हे परमपिता, आपने मुझे कई सारी अनुपम सौगातें दी। सबका धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। हे ईश्वर, हे मेरे मालिक, आपने मुझे इतनी सारी सुख सुविधाओं के अलावा एक और सुविधा दी, जिससे मैं जो भी जरूरत चाहूं उसे पूरा कर लेती हूँ। वो है धन का उपहार। सचमुच मुझे अब तक जो भी धन दिया गया, उस धन के उपहार के लिए धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। हे करुणा निधान, हे मेरे मालिक, आपने मेरे जीवन में प्रेम भरने के लिए, मुझे प्यार करने और प्यार कराने के लिए रिश्ते, नाते और परिवार दिए हैं। सचमुच प्रभु, मुझे यह परिवार देने के लिए, मुझे मित्र, साथी, सखा देने के लिए आपको दिल से धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। मैं बहुत बहुत कृतज्ञ हूँ भगवान। हे मेरे मालिक, हे करुणा निधान, आप बेहद दयालु हैं। मैंने इस शरीर और आत्मा से कई अपराध किए हैं, फिर भी आपने मुझे अपना कहने और अपने बनाने वाले लोगों को साथ दिया। इस जीवन में मुझे कई लोगों का साथ दिया। जाने अनजाने मैं उन्हें अपनी कृतज्ञता, अपना धन्यवाद भी नहीं लौटा पाता, फिर भी सतत रूप से वो मेरे लिए कार्यशील है। हे मेरे मालिक, मुझे जीवन में इतने लोगों का साथ देने के लिए, अपने लोग देने के लिए, अपना परिवार देने के लिए आपको धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। मेरे पास सच में परिवार है, रिश्ते हैं, नाते हैं, मेरे दोस्त सखा हैं। हे प्रभु, मैं सचमुच कृतज्ञ हूँ। मैं बेहद खुश हूँ कि मैं और मेरे सभी साथी 21 दिनों से ज्यादा तक इस कृतज्ञता के सुमार्ग पर चलते जा रहे हैं। हम अपने जीवन को और बेहतर बनाने की कोशिश करते जा रहे हैं, और इसी से हम यह समझ पाए हैं कि यह जीवन हमारे लिए कितना महत्वपूर्ण है। इस प्यारे जीवन के लिए और इस जीवन में कृतज्ञता के मार्ग को हमें दिखाने के लिए आपको धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। हे करुणा निधान, हे मेरे मालिक, मैं और मेरे सभी साथी इसी तरह कृतज्ञता के मार्ग पर चलते रहें, हमेशा रोशन रहें। ये जीवन जो आपने खुश रहने और आनंद करने के लिए दिया है, ये सुख सुविधाएं, सौगात जो आपने हमें आनंद के लिए दी है, इसका लाभ उठाते रहें, प्यार से भरे रहें, प्यार से परिपूर्ण रहें और प्रेम ही फैलाते रहें। हम जहां भी जाएं वहां बेहद खुश रहें और खुशियां बिखेरते रहें। यही मेरे लिए और मेरे सभी साथियों के लिए प्रार्थना है। हम सभी के सुमार्ग पर चलने के, कृतज्ञता के मार्ग पर चलने के बेहतरीन परिणाम के लिए धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू जी। Just rub your palms together, अपने हाथों को रब करें। दोनों हाथों से आंखों को ढक लें। बंद आंखों से सफेद प्रकाश को देखें। Feel the white light. धीरे धीरे खुद को आशीर्वाद दें। दोनों हाथों को सर पे ले जाएं और बोलें, मैं सचमुच सर्वशक्तिमान हूँ। मैं सचमुच सर्वशक्तिमान हूँ। मैं असीम शक्तियों से परिपूर्ण सर्वशक्तिमान हूँ। धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। दोनों हाथों को सामने रखते हुए खोलें और उस परमपिता का नाम लेते हुए कहें, हे प्यारे प्रभु, आपने मेरी रचना की, सचमुच मुझे इतना प्यारा बनाने के लिए आपको धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद। हे मेरे मालिक, हे करुणा निधान, हे परमपिता, मेरे जैसा कोई दूजा आपने ना रचा। मुझे इतना अद्भुत बनाने के लिए, मुझे मेरी इतनी अनुपम रचना करने के लिए आपको शुक्रिया, शुक्रिया, शुक्रिया। यस, I am invincible. I am an invincible. I am an invincible. Thank you, thank you, thank you, dear universe. Yes, I am the best. Yes, thank you. Thank you for the day. Thank you for today's beautiful day. Thank you for the best day. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, dear universe. I'm cash rich. I'm beautiful. I'm strong. I can do everything. I'm really fulfilled with happiness. I am fulfilled with love. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, to join the session. Let's start a beautiful day with a beautiful chapter हाँ जी, अपने अपने चेहरे ऑन कर दीजिए, दिखा दीजिए। हैप्पी मॉर्निंग, डिवाइन मॉर्निंग, हेल्दी मॉर्निंग, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन मॉर्निंग, सब कुछ सब कुछ बहुत बहुत अच्छा हो रहा है हमारी जिंदगी में। जैसा भी चल रहा है बहुत ही अच्छा चल रहा है और हम बहुत आगे की ओर जा रहे हैं। कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस रियली टू एवरीवन कि हम लोग आगे 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 बढ़ते जा रहे हैं। कोई कुछ शेयर करना चाहता है तो बता दीजिए और हम शुरू करते हैं।
So, good morning, friends. Thank you for the new day. Thank you for joining. We get energy from each other. We all belong to the same universal energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And today we have one very special topic, that is cue the magic, the magical cues. Nature gives us cues. We just have to.
Day 25. Cue the magic.
The cue is, I mean, in a photography world or in the movie world, there is some person who gives a cue and before starting, and that cue starts when the cue is given. We start recording the movie. So similarly, here they have shown a photographer's cue, and it is shining. Nature also provides us with the cues.
Life is playfulness. We need to play so that we can rediscover the magic all around us. Flora Kolau, writer and therapist.
Today's practice, Cue the Magic, is one of my favourite practices because it's a game you play with the universe and it's a lot of fun. Imagine that the universe is friendly and caring and that it wants you to have everything you want in life. The universe can't just walk up and hand you what you want, so it uses the law of attraction to give you signs and cues to help you receive your dreams. The universe knows you have to feel gratitude to bring forth your dreams, so it plays its part in the game by giving you personal cues to remind you to be grateful. It uses the people, circumstances and events that surround you in your day as your magic cues to be grateful. It works like this. If you hear an ambulance siren, the magic cue from the universe is to be grateful for perfect health. If you see a police car, your magic cue is to be grateful for safety and security. If you see someone reading a newspaper, it's your magic cue to be thankful for great news. If you want to change the weight of your body, when you see another person with your perfect weight, it's your magic cue from the universe to be thankful for your perfect weight. If you want a romantic partner, when you see a couple madly in love, it's your magic cue to be grateful for the perfect partner. If you want to have a family, when you see babies and children, take the magic cue and be grateful for children. When you pass by your bank or an ATM, it's your magic cue to be grateful for plenty of money. When you arrive home, it's your magic cue to be grateful for your home. And when a neighbour calls in to have a cup of coffee or you wave to them across the street, it's your magic cue to be grateful for your neighbours. If you happen to see one of your desires from your list, such as your dream house, car, motorcycle, shoes or computer, of course it's your magic cue from the universe to be grateful for your desire now. When you begin a new day and someone says, "Good morning," you're being given a magic cue to be grateful for the good morning. If you come across someone who is really happy, it's your magic cue to be grateful for happiness. And if you overhear another person saying thank you, anywhere, at any time, it's your magic cue to say thank you. There are unlimited and creative ways the universe has to magically cue you to be grateful in your day-to-day activities. You can never misunderstand a magic cue or get a cue wrong, because whatever you think a cue is for, you're right. The universe uses the law of attraction to magically cue you, and so you always attract the exact cues you need to be grateful for in that moment. Cue the Magic has become a daily game I play, and with practice I now automatically see all the magic cues the universe gives me, and I give thanks for every one of them. It never ceases to thrill and amaze me how the universe finds new ways to cue me to set the magic of gratitude into motion. When I receive a text or phone call from a friend or family member, it's a cue to be grateful for them. When someone says, "Isn't it a beautiful day?" it's a cue to be grateful for the beautiful weather where I live and for another beautiful day. If an appliance breaks down, it's a cue to be grateful for all my appliances that are working perfectly. If a plant in my garden is struggling, it's a cue to be grateful for all the healthy plants in my garden. When I collect the mail, it's a cue to be grateful for the mail service and for unexpected checks. When someone says they have to go to an ATM or I see people in line at an ATM, it's a cue to be grateful for money. If a person I know comes down with a sickness, it's a cue to be grateful for their health and mine. When I open my curtains in the morning and see the new day, it's a cue to be grateful for the great day ahead. And when I close my curtains at night, it's a cue to be grateful for the great day that I had. To play Cue the Magic today, all you have to do is be alert enough to take 7 magic cues from the universe during the day and give thanks for each one of them. For example, if you see someone with your perfect weight, say, "Thank you for my perfect weight." You can never do too much gratitude, so you can choose to do more, and if you want, you can even try to respond to as many magic cues in one day as you can. If you've been following the daily magical practices over the last 24 days, you will have reached a point by now where you will be alert enough to notice the cues the universe is always giving to you. One of the many benefits of gratitude's magical power is that it wakes you up and makes you far more alert and aware. And the more alert and aware you become, the more grateful you become, and the more easily you attract your dreams. So universe, cue the magic.
So count your blessings, make a list of 10 blessings and write why you are grateful. Reread your list at the end of each blessing and say, "Thank you, thank you, thank you."
Recap of the Cue the Magic practice.
Today, cue the magic. Be alert to what's around you and take at least 7 cues from the universe to be grateful for. And remember to count your blessings in the morning, and before you go to sleep tonight, remember to use your magic rock to remind yourself to be grateful for the best thing that happened during the day.
So thank you, thank you, thank you. So anybody would like to share? Dr. Uma Ramani, welcome to this batch. You have come for the first time. Can you introduce yourself? Dr. Uma? Okay. We are reading the book by The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, and today is the 21st day. You can join from today. The next batch will start on 31st of October. We read one chapter every day, and this way we are trying to bring the effect of gratitude and positivity in medical professionals. We are trying to overcome the traumatic de-idealization from the life of medical student, which UNESCO has identified that it happens in the 4th year of most of the medical students all over the world. So, just a moment.
Good morning, sir. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Sharda here, sir. And sir, could you just repeat about that, what UNESCO said?
Traumatic, there is a phenomena called traumatic de-idealization. I think you joined late in the earlier sessions.
Okay.
I delivered a lecture by Dr. Russell D'Souza.
Right, sir.
He in the bioethics course, he delivers a lecture, and that there is the science of compassion. And he says that when medical students join a medical school, then in the first year they are very idealistic. They say we will do surveys, etc. Okay, and they are full
Got
of
it, sir.
enthusiasm.
Right.
But by the time they reach 4th year, then you find that their thoughts have all changed.
Yes, sir.
And UNESCO has called a term traumatic de-idealization.
Okay.
And this traumatic de-idealization, so far, I mean, they are using training in bioethics, but what we feel that it is something which needs a lot of counseling and lot of physician heal thyself activities.
Right.
And one of the important activities is to feel gratitude for what they have already received. Yes, recently we saw that there was a postgraduate in Bangalore who committed suicide when the her head of department asked her to just rewrite the thesis or make some corrections in the thesis. And she just went in, committed suicide. The head of department of the cardiology department in Delhi, on a very prominent hospital, he died recently. He committed suicide. He wrote a suicide note. And all he needed was gratitude, but he has already achieved.
Correct.
So this phenomena of suicide and etc., this is becoming very regular in medical sciences. And I mean, doctors need to be happy. Doctors need to be physically resource rich, financially rich, and also spiritually happy. Until that phenomena is, for that, it is no country has the resources to go to each and every doctor and counsel. Till we do,
True, sir.
We, the medical profession, we do some self treatment, self-counseling in the form of gratitude. This cannot be overcome.
True, sir. True that.
And we are using this Rhonda Byrne's book in that direction. We feel that if through this our relationships in our families, with our children, with our students, with our colleagues, they will improve. They will improve, and we will be will improve, and also we will be working on just a moment. There is some problem.
Sir, we can hear you, I think, sir.
Yes. Okay. So, through this, we have all received, we are grateful for what we have already received, and we can also do a lot of activities by which we can use this methodology to improve our working in our families, departments, society, and provide a better healthcare. We are sure that through this practice, a lot of the activities which medical NMC is doing, we can easily work on this and help make sure that India becomes the best medical education system. The work that National Medical Commission is doing an excellent job. And the processes, but during the process, there are some hiccups here and there. And our seats have become from 60,000 to more than 1 lakh. And we can just make sure that we move towards a better health system through this practice. So, for the medical students on the 25th day, the cue, setting the stage for magic. One side effect of all these activities, I've done it for almost 4 months now, and that everything becomes so idealistic, everything starts feeling so wonderful that you start wondering, is it the same world? I mean, so many blessings they come into your life, so many from everywhere, so much comes that you feel, is it real? But it is there. Because we are so used to problems. Setting the stage for magic, that the day 25th. The Magic by Rhonda Byrne provides a journey into the world of gratitude and positivity. The day 25 of the book introduces the concept of cue, the magic, which emphasizes the power of cues or triggers to remind us to practice gratitude. So we explore how medical students, Dr. Sharmila, can you just stop fiddling with the whiteboard? Day 25 highlights the role of cues in bringing gratitude and positivity to the forefront of our minds by associating the specific triggers with gratitude practices. We can maintain a consistent and transformative approach to life. Applying day 25 concepts Day 25 highlights the role of cues in bringing gratitude and positivity to the forefront of our mind by associating specific triggers with gratitude practices. We can maintain a consistent and transformative approach to life. The morning rituals for gratitude, MBBS students can use cues to cultivate morning rituals of gratitude by associating waking up with the moment of gratitude for the new day and their educational opportunities. They start each day with a positive note. Cueing patient healthcare. Health professionals can use cues to enhance patient interactions, associating and entering patient's room with deep breath and brief moment of gratitude can help set the positive tone for consultations and examinations. Cueing stress management. Professionals can use cues to manage stress, associating a certain sound or object with calming breath and gratitude can provide a quick and effective way to manage stress during busy shifts. Cueing continuous learning. The concept of cues can be applied to lifelong learning, associating the act of reading medical journals or attending conferences with a moment of gratitude for staying updated enhances the joy of learning. An MBBS student associates brushing teeth with a moment of gratitude for their ability to learn and contribute to healthcare. This cue sets a positive tone for the day ahead. A doctor uses the act of sanitizing hands for entering a patient's room as a cue. During that moment, they express gratitude for the opportunity to provide care, setting a compassionate tone for interactions. A nurse associates the sounds of a pager with a deep breath and a gratitude practice. This cue helps them manage stress during demanding situations, contributing to their well-being. A healthcare professional places a medical journal on their desk as a cue. Before reading, they take the moment to express gratitude for the opportunity to learn and advance their knowledge. Day 25 introduces the concept of cue the magic, emphasizing the power of triggers in cultivating gratitude and positivity. MBBS students and health professionals in India can apply these principles by using cues to establish morning rituals, enhance patient interactions, manage stress, and foster continuous learning. By associating cues with gratitude practices, they infuse their medical journeys with a consistent and transformative sense of magic, and enriching their experiences within the dynamic field of medical sciences. So, the cues, nature gives us more and more cues, and these cues or triggers, mental triggers, they take us towards making the feeling gratitude for all the activities. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Would anybody like to share something? So as you want. Dr. Sharda, you want to know about this traumatic de-idealization. I'm just repeating that session.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
I mean, it's just a few minutes.
These are in listen-only mode.
International program, the chair of blessings, and with this, what I'm going.
No, but your that you will have when we change.
I'll then France to to take you from the area of receptivity and responsibility to the science of compassion. Okay, the next slide, Sanjay. Well, the crux on the understanding, the ethics of caring comes from understanding that a caring doctor or a healthcare provider in clinical practice has two important attributes that is demonstrated. One is receptivity and the other is responsibility. Now, receptivity, when we take receptivity, we see that what we refer to is when a healthcare provider is responsive, he or she listens to their patients with empathy and compassion. And a responsible doctor then transforms these feelings from what we call receptivity to action, which ultimately leads to meeting the patient's specific requirements. Now, the studies that are available here in medical education will show you that most often, over 80 to 90% of the medical students come in to join the course high in compassion and empathy, and they are idealized, and that brings them to seek the training, which then the job of the teaching and training is to convert this receptivity to responsibility, from giving them a scientific understanding of how they will be responsible for the specific needs of their patients. So we see that in the ethics of caring, two important attributes are there. One is receptivity and the other is responsibility. Receptivity is which comprises of the empathy and compassion and the idealization the idealization that brings the potential healthcare provider to seek the education and training. Next slide. Sanjay, can we have the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Is it taking? Now, the ethics of caring has for long been discussed by philosophers, but more recently, it has gained importance in medical ethics and indeed medical education, because caring guides the doctor always to remain the advocate of the patient with empathy and compassion. And this becomes the basis for maintaining what is the most important attribute, the therapeutic alliance, or otherwise the therapeutic relationship. But this therapeutic alliance or relationship is also important because it becomes very important when one is dealing and attempting to resolve ethical dilemmas that one would face when it comes when in clinical practice. So this therapeutic alliance and relationship is important. Now, more recently, the studies have shown that this empathy and compassion that comes along, that in fact could be the attributes that bring the young healthcare provider to seek training, to get a scientific knowledge and understanding, to take part in the responsibility of caring for the specific needs of the patient. What we have been seeing more recently, or not for some time, both in the developed world as well as in the developing world, is that over the training, somewhere around the third to fourth year, there is a steep drop in empathy and compassion. And this has been measured on several studies. In fact, our journal had, about 2 years ago, had published from the International University in Malaysia a study that showed a serious looking at serial measuring of empathy on the Pittsburgh Empathy Scale. And what consistently has been shown that we somehow or the other, in the context of getting scientific knowledge and training, they lose the empathy that they already had when they started their training. And this is now termed as traumatic de-idealization. And this condition, now it has become an important aspect of every medical educator to look and seek at ways of bringing this medical education without the drop in the empathy and compassion that the students are rich and bring with them. So that is part of this whole ethics of caring. Next slide, please. And this is what I was saying, majority of students already come. And there's evidence now that they arrive on the wards idealistic, and all the observations confirms that the doctors or the medical student loses this intense receptivity to their patients during their training, or at least in the later half of, or the later portion of the training. And the implications from this is that medical training might actually fail to observe the receptivity, which is the empathy and compassion of the students that they bring with them at the beginning of their training. I refer to this term, traumatic de-idealization. And this itself is questioning the ethics of caring, because if we take empathy and compassion that brought the students to seek the scientific training and replace it with scientific training, then that itself is unethical, and that has been found to cause traumatic de-idealization. Next slide, Dr. Sanjay. So we go on to see that now we have developed exercises and others that in medical education that aim to foster receptivity in the students. That is, the feeling of empathy and compassion for patients. And then this, of course, further down, we also want to empower them with responsibility. And that responsibility refers or reflects the translation of their receptiveness, again with empathy and compassion, and converting that into action. And that is reflected in the responsibility for their patient and the specific requirements that each patient would require. Next slide, please.
So this was the brief beginning of the lecture, in which he talks about traumatic de-idealization. And this magic book, Feeling Gratitude, is the for what we have already received, is a great tool in bringing lot of receptivity back and making our medical students happy once again. So thank you. Would anybody would like to share something now? So we have reached the 25th day, and I thank you all for joining. So we start the next session on 31st October with day 0, and we will try to have another session on just the introduction of for a general introduction, which one lecture, which will not be at 7 a.m. because many people have a problem at joining at 7 a.m. But anyway, once we tell them that what is this, what is going to happen and what is the significance, I think many will be joining. So we will have another introductory session also. So thank you, friends.